Jurassic World has many things that connect it to the previous three movies. Whether they are Easter eggs, like the steakhouse being named Winston's after Stan Winston, complete with Chilean sea bass on the menu, or direct links like the T-Rex that is released from Paddock 9 being the same T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park, the film is littered with them, and it is the glue which connects it to the franchise it's a part of. So here are 10 random facts and Easter eggs, which I feel don't necessarily get the limelight as much as they should. You may have heard of some of these before, but others you might just be surprised by. Number 10. The blue logo. Jurassic Park and The Lost World Jurassic Park both had red and yellow logos. Jurassic Park 3 had a silver and red logo, and Jurassic World, to change things up, had a blue logo. Now, this was obviously to change the aesthetics of the movie as a franchise and give it a brand new look. But also, many people speculated that it had a blue logo because of the aquatic feeling they wanted to give off as the mosasaur was in the film, and there's a big lagoon next to the Innovation Centre. But also, in the original Jurassic Park novel, it is described that the park had a blue logo as well. The line from the book says, "A woman was passing out pith helmets with Jurassic Park labelled on the headband with a little blue dinosaur logo." And for that reason, I do feel like it is a homage to the original book, and because we see a pith helmet in the film with a blue dinosaur logo on it, and for that, I think it makes the list. So that's number 10. Number 9. The Barbasol Kid. Now, everyone remembers the can of Barbasol shaving cream from the original Jurassic Park, which housed the embryos that Dennis Nedry wanted to steal. It's one of the most iconic props from the movie, and there's not really much more to say about it. But did you know in Jurassic World, when Zack and Gray are visiting the Gentle Giant's petting zoo, there is a kid wearing a t-shirt that looks very, very familiar. And if you watch him closely, he even, tugs on the bottom of his shirt. And it's quite blatantly obvious that this kid's costume design was referencing the shaving can from the original movie. Number 8. The Bull T-Rex. There was a video come out in the pre-production of Jurassic World where the Today Show went to visit the gift shop with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard being interviewed. And many Jurassic Park fans saw that they had, decorated the set with repurposed Jurassic Park toys, mainly from the 2013 lines. But what we didn't know until we saw the final film was that during the climax of the movie, where the T-Rex and the Indominus and Blue are all fighting along Main Street, the characters would run through the gift shop and we get a brief glimpse of a bull T-Rex from 1997 sitting on the side. It's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but I really do like that it's in the film because owning a bull T-Rex is pretty cool because now you can say you own a toy that exists in the universe of Jurassic Park. And not only that, I really do like the fact that when you see the toy, seconds later, out of the window of the gift shop, you see the almighty T-Rex just bellowing at the Indominus, and it's really cool to see sort of those two things in the same shot. Number 7 also takes place during the climax of Jurassic World. After the T-Rex has been pinned to the ground by the Indominus, Blue makes a triumphant return to make a final attack on the giant hybrid carnivore. Now, usually filmmakers would use that opportunity to put in the most iconic theme tune from the franchise, but not Colin Trevorrow or Michael Giacchino. They used that moment to put in the Lost World theme tune, and it's very brief, but it is definitely a wonderful nod to a much-loved film from this franchise. But it was also a really nice surprise, and not many fans knew the Lost World theme tune would be used to be the backing music during one of the most iconic moments of this new film, and it definitely got us out of our seats cheering for Blue making her return. It was just unexpected and definitely worthy of this list. Talking of music brings us to number 6, Giacchino's Game Score. Many Jurassic Park fans are aware that Michael Giacchino, the composer of Jurassic World, began his career making the Lost World Jurassic Park game soundtrack for PlayStation 1. It's a fantastic score on its own, so I'd say if you can pick it up, do so. But composing Jurassic World, Giacchino made a wonderful nod to his roots. During the track Raptor Your Heart Out, we hear the theme tune from Laboratory Hunt, a track from the game soundtrack. It definitely put a massive smile on my face when I was watching the film for the first time, and it blows my mind to think that the game that I played when I was a kid and the iconic soundtrack that I used to listen to all the time would eventually make it into one of the movies, and it makes me very happy as a fan, so that is why it makes the list. Number 5 also has ties to The Lost World. During the opening of that movie, we see a British family on a yacht cruise stumbling upon Isla Sorna, the dreaded Site B. The ship that we see in the background is called the Navatech 2. Its sister ship, the Navatech 1, would be later seen in Jurassic World chaperoning guests to the island. This is a cool link, and I don't know if it was intentional or anything, but Sick Triceratops pointed this out to me, and I think it's really cool that both movies have two ships that are related. I guess you call them sister ships. Yeah. Makes me feel like the films are related also. Number 4. Jurassic Park San Diego equals the T-Rex Kingdom. This is something I discovered myself. I believe the design of the T-Rex Kingdom from Jurassic World was directly taken from the Jurassic Park San Diego complex we saw in the Lost World Jurassic Park. They're strikingly similar, and the inclusion of the redwood trees in the middle of the T-Rex Kingdom also directly links to the Lost World, and I really do like the fact that these designs are crossing over from film to film. It's quite weird to think also that Jurassic World was John Hammond's dream come to life, so technically the T-Rex Kingdom is Peter Ludlow's dream come to life, because obviously at the end of the Lost World he wanted to have a male T-Rex walking around this complex with the juvenile, much like how the T-Rex at the end of Jurassic World was walking around what they call Paddock 9. Yeah, it's just an interesting idea, and one I wanted to add to this list to sort of hear other people's thoughts on. So yeah, I'm going to say at the moment, the Jurassic Park San Diego resort made its way into Jurassic World via the T-Rex Kingdom. Number 3. Wu's speech to Masrani. Every Jurassic Park film takes Michael Crichton's two books and brings certain chapters to life on the big screen and adapts them to the stories that they're telling. Jurassic World does this also several times. When Wu is confronted by Masrani about the Indominus Rex, you get a real sense that the writers of the movie are paying homage to the chapter version 4.4 from the original book. And it basically, if you read that chapter, it lays down the groundwork for the entire movie of Jurassic World. Wu's talking about how they can genetically engineer the dinosaurs to be less fast and more docile. Whereas in the movie Jurassic Park, it's the opposite way around. They try and make a better dinosaur. And also, Hammond and Wu in the book argue about how the dinosaurs are not real, that they're rebuilding the past, not actually, bringing it perfectly back to life. It's a wonderful adaptation of that chapter, and it's good to see it finally make its way to screen, because Wu, obviously in the original film, wasn't in it that much, and because he's now a more prevalent character, we really get to explore his mind and the way he feels as he's sort of playing God. Another scene that uses dialogue from Michael's original works is the one where Claire is talking to Lowry about how messy his desk is. Lowry says that he likes to think of his desk as a living system with just enough stability to keep it from collapsing into anarchy. This is a direct line from Michael Crichton's The Lost World, where Ian Malcolm is talking about complex systems and the way they can have just enough stability before collapsing into anarchy. It's great to see Crichton's work living on in some form, and I really do like it because that single line in the film justifies how the park can even exist. They've had 10 years of no incidences, so we're told, and then the Indominus comes along and that tips the balance, so anarchy ensues. Number 2. Not deleted scenes anymore. Jurassic Park was originally going to feature a scene where Lex rode on the back of a baby Triceratops. It got so far into production that they had even made an animatronic for the sequence, which would later be seen in The Lost World, and toys, but the scene never made it onto screen. Until Jurassic World, where we finally got to see the Gentle Giants petting zoo with children riding on the backs of Triceratops. Also, in one of the original endings of the Lost World Jurassic Park, the rescue helicopter was going to be attacked by some pteranodons, and there were several ideas being thrown around about how they were going to shoot this, including some storyboards. There were even rumours of pteranodons attacking helicopters in Jurassic Park 3's production. However, that never came to light, and the closest we got to that was the pteranodons flying past the military helicopters. But finally, with Jurassic World, we got a sequence where flying reptiles attacked a helicopter, and it is fantastic. I've always liked the idea of a flying vehicle in the Jurassic Park film series not being safe from attack, and to see the pteranodons bursting through the window and impaling people and tearing this helicopter a new one was just delightful for my inner Jurassic Park fan. So I was really happy that that finally made it onto this big screen. In the form it's in. And number one, you guessed it, Ian Malcolm's book, God Creates Dinosaurs. Now, we'd heard about Alan Grant's book and even seen it in the first film, and in Jurassic Park 3, we heard Eric Kirby talking about what Grant thought about Malcolm's book. And it's interesting to see that Malcolm's book finally did make it onto the big screen in all its glory. And it's very funny to see 15 years onwards, people who live in the Jurassic Park universe are still lapping up Ian Malcolm's book, probably more than Alan Grant's. And it's just nice to see that this nod, this connection to Jurassic Park 3 and then ultimately the rest of the series exists. As soon as I saw it, I thought that's the perfect way to link this film to the previous incarnations and also give a nod to people who do like the other two sequels to Jurassic Park. So that's why I had to include it in this list. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more Easter eggs or fun facts from Jurassic World which I haven't mentioned, please leave them in the comments below. Rate this video and subscribe to this channel, as I have more Jurassic World and Jurassic Park related videos on the way, as well as more gaming videos and all sorts. So yeah, have a good day guys.